they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's a little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Happy October 1st, everyone. We have made it into what I consider to be the first real month of fall. September still feels like summer, but boy, it feels like fall today. Temperatures in the mid-70s, low humidity, kind of breezy outside, but anyway, it feels a lot better than those 98, feels like 110 temperatures that we've been dealing with for a lot of the early season on the fall sports schedule. Anyway, my name is Todd Duke. I'll stop being a meteorologist here in just a moment and welcome you in to this contest. A little Lady Kahok volleyball action for you as Collinsville gets ready to take on East St. Louis. And we welcome you into the pregame show brought to you today by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. You can give them a call for carryout orders. That number, 618-855-9007. All right, well, we got a little bit of a late start, and East St. Louis was a little late in getting here, so the game didn't get underway until almost 4:45. And East St. Louis took care of business in the first set, 25-18. Collinsville was down in the JV set 7-1, came back, made a game out of it. Kahawks were still down 13-11 and 22-14, and the final score of that game was 25-18. The second set was a barn burner. Collinsville had an early 8-5 lead. East St. Louis came back to tie it up 9-9, and then East St. Louis took the lead at 10-9, and then we just kept on going back and forth. We were tied at 11. Collinsville would come back and pick up the point to take the lead. We were tied at 12. East St. Louis came back and took the lead. We did that all the way through 16-16. Then Collinsville took the lead at 17-16. At one point, the Kahawks went up 21-16 and were poised to win it. All they needed was one more point. They were up 24-20. East St. Louis scored the next 6 points straight without an answer, and Collinsville dropped that set by a final of 26-24. So the JV set ends in a 2 sets to none victory by East St. Louis, and that brings us now here to this varsity matchup. Collinsville, they come in at 11-2. They are 2-4 in Southwestern Conference play. They are coached by Katie Cease into her 4th year and has a record of 47 wins, 76 losses, and 4 ties. East St. Louis, they come in at 3-10. They are 1-5 in Southwestern Conference play, and their head coach is Melanie Davis, which I believe that this is her 6th year, but man, it's hard to track down East St. Louis stuff. So, Lady Kahawks have another busy week as we begin a new month. Collinsville has 4 matches this week, a week that began yesterday, the final day of September, with a road win last night at Lift for Life Academy in St. Louis with a 3-1 win in 4 sets for Collinsville. Lady Kahawks dropped the first set 25-23 before coming back to take the next 3 straight in that best of 5 that goes on over in Missouri. 25-11, 25-21, and 25-20. Senior Aubrey Johnson had 21 serves on the night, while younger sister sophomore Avery Johnson led the way with 13 kills, and senior Talisha Gilmore had 2 solo blocks in the match. Last night's win stopped a 2-match losing streak, both Southwestern Conference match streaks, with a 2-0 road loss at O'Fallon 1 week ago tonight and a 2-0 loss at home Thursday night against Belleville East. After tonight, Collinsville has a road match at Altoff tomorrow, and then they return home Thursday for a match against Cahokia that Zach Roseman will bring you on the Kahok Broadcasting Club's student network. Playoff schedule comes out on October 10th. Last regular season match is set for October the 24th, and October the 29th, the playoffs are set to begin. East St. Louis is looking to snap themselves out of a loss, although there are matches that we don't know the outcomes of, including Thursday match at Confluence Prep Academy Thursday night. The last recorded score on Max Preps was a 2-0 home loss to East Peoria on Saturday, September the 21st. That was in the Belleville Lancers Varsity Invitational. The first match against host Belleville East was not recorded either in Max Press or on the STL Today site, but a 2-0 loss to Metro East Lutheran and a 2-1 win against Cahokia in that tournament were recorded. The Flyers' lone Southwestern Conference win was over Alton back on September the 10th. The only other win, as far as we know, took place in the season's second match, a 2-0 sweep versus Galesburg, and there are no stats available for East St. Louis on either Max Preps or the STL Today site. Had a chance a little while ago as we continue our senior interviews to catch up with Collinsville senior Kendra Ledbetter, and we will pass that conversation on to you next as the LC's Pub pregame show continues here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for veterans in need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahawk Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahawk Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joel Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022. Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahok Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052. Looking for someone to help get your house in tip-top shape? Look no further than former Kahok Kara Gray with Clean Living Cleaning Services. From bathrooms to kitchens to garages to bedrooms and even commercial spaces, Clean Living is your place to go. Clean Living guarantees expert-level work done by expert-level cleaners. No matter how much grit, how much grime, let Clean Living shine. For more information, check out the Clean Living Cleaning Services on Facebook or call 618-979-9634. A clean space is a happy place. Clean Living Cleaning Services, 618-979-9634. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Lady Kahok Volleyball is what we have for you tonight at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Southwestern Conference battle between Collinsville and East St. Louis. We continue our senior interviews. We're almost wrapped up. We have two more, and right now that would be Kendra Ledbetter, senior, 2 years varsity girls basketball. All right. Start off telling me about the family. Now, I know your dad and I know your brother because I've interviewed your brother for this very similar thing. But let's get your perspective on your family and don't leave out any of the pets.
Okay. So my family's really big. I have 4 siblings. I'm the youngest of 5. I have 2 dogs named Oshie and Finley, and that's really it.
I'm guessing Oshie is named after TJ?
Yes, he is.
All right, what kind of dogs?
They're both golden doodles.
Well, that's cool, so not a lot of shedding.
Yeah, no shedding at all.
All right, give me an update on Brent. What is he doing now?
He's going to Swig for HVAC at the moment.
All right, and the other 2 siblings, I don't think I know.
I don't really. They do their own jobs.
All right, tell me a little bit about mom and dad and what they mean to you as you are progressing through the high school years.
My parents mean a lot to me. They really made me who I am right at the moment, and I don't know. I look up to them a lot.
All right, cool. Tell me a little bit about your volleyball story. How did you get started? How old were you when you got started? And just the progression up to this point.
So what got me started was my cousin's graduation. She had it in her front yard, and I loved it. So then I decided to try out for my 7th grade volleyball team at the middle school. And so I played on since. I tried for a club team, and I made it, but I decided not to play for some reason. But that's really it. I only played for high school and middle school.
All right, so tell me what do you enjoy most about playing volleyball for the Lady Kahawks?
I think the team. I think we have We have good energy and everything. I think we're good together. There's some drama, but we really do love each other at the end, and we are really good to each other.
High school girls and drama? Get out.
Yeah.
All right, you don't get to play that much. I've counted that you've played like 28 sets in your 2 years as a varsity player. So someone who doesn't get into every game like you, tell me, what does that mean to you? I mean, what do you end up doing? Do you end up being more of a cheerleader and just biding your time to get in?
Probably both. I like to cheer a lot on the bench because I feel like the energy on the bench really like trades to on the court. So if like the court's really down, then the bench has to be up, and then it gets the court up. That's really it. And I buy my time in because being loud and everything, so it shows that you want to be in the game.
All right, my favorite things category, your favorite things category. Favorite sweet snack?
Probably Hershey Kisses.
Those are always good standbys and go-tos. Favorite salty snack?
Chips. Probably salt and vinegar chips.
I get that a lot from your generation. I don't know what's up with that. I don't like them. All right, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, which one of those is your favorite?
Probably dinner.
All right, what is for dinner and who cooks that dinner?
For dinner, oh no. I don't know what's for dinner tonight, but usually it's like spaghetti or chili, and my mom usually cooks it.
Dad, the grill master?
Yeah, he grills everything.
All right, cool. All right, favorite music genre. What kind of music do you like?
I like pop and folk pop.
All right, do you have a favorite group or artist?
My favorite artist is Noah Khan.
All right, cool. Let's do classes now. What is your least favorite class?
Probably math.
I get that a lot. I'm up there with you, man. What is your favorite class?
Probably leadership.
That's a class?
Yeah, it's Gordon does it, so.
All right, cool. All right, books or movies, which one is your favorite?
Probably movies.
What kind of movie, what's your favorite movie?
Probably like comedy.
Do you have a particular comedy, like, no? Okay, at least you didn't say Dumb or Dumber. All right, favorite off-time school activity, so no school, no sports, what would we find Kendra Ledbetter doing?
Probably hanging out with my friends.
Okay, and what do you and your friends do?
We drive a lot and listen to music and jam. Or like just go into random stores and just hang out usually.
All right, cool. All right, so you're going to graduate this coming May, so what does the future hold for Kendra Ledbetter?
So I think I go to school for elementary education.
I got that last time, I think, too. Shout out time. Who out there would you like to say hi to?
Hi to my mom and my dad and all my siblings.
All right, cool. All right, so you have a season going on right now. You guys are 11-11, so you're right at 500. Give me your thoughts on how you think this season has gone so far.
I definitely think we could do better, but at the moment, we're pretty solid at the moment. We're doing really good. I think we get down on ourselves sometimes, which causes a loss, but I think we're doing pretty good if we stay really energetic.
You guys played across the river in St. Louis yesterday, which means you got to play the best of 5 sets. Do you have any preference on, do you prefer the way it goes over here in Illinois with the best of 3, or do you like the best of 5?
I like the best of 3 because it goes way faster, and I just feel like it's too long of a game and too long of a night.
All right, you got East St. Louis. East St. Louis, you played them at their place earlier this year, and they got a set on you, and a couple years ago they actually won the match on you. So tell me your thoughts on this East St. Louis team.
So they're a pretty good team. They're a solid team. They're good at hitting and they're good at passing. I just think we're overall a better team than them, but that's just an opinion.
Kendra Ledbetter, thank you very much, and good luck in your future.
Thank you.
That is Kendra Ledbetter, number 12 in your program. We will take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show, and when we come back, we'll throw the starters your way. And if we have time, we'll throw some stats your way as well. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors.
Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahawk Sports Network, as well as the Kahawk Educator of the Month award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the four-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. Celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187. Got questions about Medicare? If you're approaching the age of 65, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Bill Holton is a former Collinsville Raider and Kahok football player and is now an independent broker with Senior Health Plans, and he can answer all of those tough questions when it comes to Medicare. Which plan, which part, what's covered, and what's not. If you're approaching the age of Medicare and need those questions answered, let Bill Holton get you those answers. Bill Holton with Senior Health Plans. Call him today at 618-978-2306 or email Bill Holton at william.holton@yahoo.com.
And once again, we welcome you back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium on the campus of Collinsville High School. My name is Todd Duke. Excuse me. Glad that you are with us as we get you ready for this contest between Collinsville and East St. Louis. Let's begin with the Flyers, and they will trot out onto the floor. Amani Luster, she is a middle blocker. She is a senior. The other middle blocker is Jayona Scott, who is a junior. Their right side hitter is Taja Liddell, who is a senior. And the outside hitter is Zaria Cullum, a sophomore, and the two setters are Daria Ford and Kamora Mosby. Ford is a sophomore, and Mosby is a junior, and the libero for East St. Louis is Sydney McGee, who is a senior. For Collinsville, the usual suspects for the most part. The new girl is Ikea McMorris, a freshman, will get the start tonight as an outside hitter. And you have Talisha Gilmore and Carson Mode, the middle blockers. Both of them are seniors. Lily Johnson is on the right side. She is a junior. Avery Johnson is also on the right side. Well, one of the, outside hitter, never mind. Avery Johnson is a sophomore. Your setter is Alyssa Huckleberry, the senior, and your libero is Aubrey Johnson, the senior. Collinsville on the left side of your screen. They'll be dressed out in the white jerseys, purple numbers on the fronts and the backs, and wearing the purple shorts. The only one not wearing a white jersey is, of course, your libero, Aubrey Johnson. She is wearing the purple jersey. For East St. Louis, they are all decked out in those East St. Louis blue colors. They have that orange color mixed in there as well in some of the sleeves areas, and plus the numbers on the fronts and the backs of those blue jerseys are also in that flyer orange. And their libero, Sydney McGee, is wearing a white jersey to go along with those blue shorts. We are just about ready to get underway here. As I mentioned in the pregame, no stats for East St. Louis. We got some stats for Collinsville, though. Avery Johnson leads in the serve category. She has served 176 times on the year with 18 errors. That's 89.8%, and she leads the team in the ace department with 41. Avery Johnson leads also in the kill category with 138. You have to go all the way down to Talisha Gilmore's 69 for next in line, but the team leader in the blocks category is none other than senior Talisha Gilmore with 29. Alyssa Huckleberry leads the team in assists with 221 on the year. Your leader in digs is Aubrey Johnson, 147 digs. Her younger sister, Avery, the sophomore, not too far behind with 139, 244 times this year. Aubrey Johnson has received a serve. She's only committed 17 errors, and that's good for 93%. Aubrey also leads in the percentage category as far as serves are concerned as well. 114 serves, only 3 errors. That is good for 97.4%. Still waiting to find out what the freshmen did in the auxiliary gym. As soon as I find that out, I will for sure let you know. But the JVers lost in 2 straight sets. The first set, 25-18. The second set, a tough one, man, 26-24. Collinsville had a 5-point lead, and they led 24-20. All they needed was one more point to win. And East St. Louis rattled off 6 straight points to win that one, 26-24. Here is Alyssa Huckleberry to get us started with her first serve. 107 serves on the year, 13 errors, 87.9%. and 12 aces, and we are underway. Huckleberry setting it up for Gilmore. It's in the back, and it's in the near side corner, and Collinsville goes up 1-0. Soccer team in action tonight. They're taking on Melville over in the Junior Billikens tournament. They will have 3 games over there in that tournament, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I saw the coaches and Brady O'Neill here before after I got everything hooked up. There's a shot across. Huckleberry the first one. Aubrey Johnson next. Over to McMorris. And Collinsville gets it over. Now East St. Louis gets a turn. They hit it into the net. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. These two teams met earlier in the year. East St. Louis did win a set. And Collinsville ended up pulling out the win in that one 2-1. East St. Louis did beat Collinsville a couple of years ago. 2022 season. They lost 2 times to East St. Louis that go around, but right now Collinsville has a 3-0 lead here in the early going. Collinsville owns the all-time record, 42 wins and 30 losses. Katie Cease is 5-2 against these East St. Louis Flyers, and Alyssa Huckleberry serves up another one. She's been back there serving up for a while now since this game started. That one goes the wrong way, but Huckleberry's going to take care of it after Aubrey Johnson gets it, and McGee, the libero, hooks it up, sends it back over. Collinsville takes care of it. Avery Johnson going for the kill all the way on the back line. That one's going to get too far away, and Collinsville goes up quickly 4-0 here in this first set. Coming off the bench is Armani Luster. She'll take the place of the libero, Sydney McGee. And one more time back to serve, it is Alyssa Huckleberry. Huckleberry waiting for the referee to give the signal to go. And apparently a young lady out there is going to have to get rid of her chain around her neck. That would be Jayla Horton, the junior defensive specialist for East St. Louis. Good eye there by the referee on the ladder, and wouldn't you know it, right off the bat, Horton gets the first touch on the ball, goes over. Avery Johnson takes care of it, set up, and there's a kill by Talisha Gilmore. And Collinsville quickly off to a 5-0 lead. Another substitution coming up here for East St. Louis. They'll send Kimora Mosby back in, taking the place, I believe, of Taja Liddell. And into the out-of-bounds territory it goes, all the way on the back line. Is there enough to get it over? And no, there's not. So that'll go under the net, and Collinsville quickly out front by a score of 6-0. East St. Louis won the first set at East St. Louis earlier this year, 25-22. Collinsville then came back and won a tough one, 26-24, and then put away the night with a 25-19 win, and that one's too strong. Over here on this near side by Scott, and Collinsville quickly out front 7-0, and I would expect at some point here real soon that Melanie Davis might call a timeout. Alyssa Huckleberry getting ready to sling over serve number 8. She does. Line drive. It goes all the way back, and you can call that an ace. And Jayla Horton had a rough go of it since she was made to take off that chain. Collinsville up 8-0. And that ball went all the way back over down the hallway, and they'll have to get a new ball before they can go track that one down. That one took a trip to the cafeteria. Here's another serve by Huckleberry. This one's a little bit more of a lob shot. Goes out to the far sideline, and East St. Louis will get it over. Taken care of by Aubrey Johnson. And Huckleberry sets it up for a nice job by McMorris. That was blocked, but the block went out of bounds, and Collins was up 9-0 to start this first set. So Alyssa Huckleberry getting some extended service time back there behind the service line. Here comes serve number 10, right down the middle and right backwards. And Collinsville is off and running here, 10-0. Busy week for the Kahawks. They played across the river against Lift for Life last night. Got this game here tonight, at Althoff tomorrow, and then back home Thursday. And Huckleberry sends one, and that's out of bounds. That's going to break the streak. Collinsville up 10-0 before an out-of-bounds pass, an out-of-bounds serve will end that 10-straight point run by Collinsville. And here is Kimora Mosby for the first serve for the Flyers. Huckleberry gets it and sends it back to McMorris. McMorris gets it across. East St. Louis goes back to work here on this near side. Into the middle. Nice diving effort there by Aubrey Johnson, but she couldn't get there in time, and East St. Louis picks up 2 straight points after giving up 10 straight to start this set. Another serve coming up for Mosby. Back in the back, and Avery Johnson gets the first touch on it. Over to Lily Johnson from Huckleberry, and now we're starting to hit the ball a little too hard. And that's 3 straight points now for East St. Louis. Kimora Mosby, junior setter, sends one into the back again. Avery Johnson steps in front of Aubrey and sends it over. Now Avery gets it back. That's off of a partial block and down, and Collinsville allows 3 straight for East St. Louis, but nothing after that. And now Collinsville leads by a score of 11-3. Here is Zakia McMorris, the freshman, been brought up to the varsity squad here. She'll go back to serve. And right down the middle it goes. Popped up over on the far side. East St. Louis pushes it over with 2 hands. Huckleberry gets the first one. Over to Johnson. And Johnson cross corner. And that one is going to come right back over after the first shot. Johnson will get another kill opportunity here. Dug out back in the back by Horton. Over here to this near side. And that one is out of bounds. And Collinsville goes out front now 12-3. Another serve coming up here for McMorris. McMorris right down the middle, taken care of by Horton once again. Over onto the far side, back, blocked out by Gilmore. And down it goes, and Collinsville up by 10 once again at 13-3. And now the timeout being called by the East St. Louis head coach. We'll take a timeout right along with him, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332.
A little tardy coming back from that commercial there. 13-3, Collinsville up front here in set number 1. And McMorris ready for another serve. Popped it up down the middle, taken care of by Horton. Moved over to the far side, and that is Evans who sends it over, and that one is inbounds, and East St. Louis will get a point back. 13-4. And back to serve is Zaria Cullum, a sophomore outside hitter here for East St. Louis, who only has 4 seniors on their squad. And she'll send it right down the middle, picked up by Aubrey Johnson. Huckleberry over to Avery Johnson, off of a partial block, and down it goes. And Collinsville has that 10-point lead back. Okay. Freshman 1 and 2. Not sure of the scores, but we'll take a 2-0 win any day. Freshmen are on a roll. That's their 10th win this year. They're 10-4, I believe. Into the back corner it goes, and Horton once again takes care of it. Set up for Scott. Scott sends it over. Aubrey Johnson, the first one to touch it. Huckleberry back over to Aubrey Johnson, and that one's out of bounds. That one kind of hit off of the palm of her hand on the thumb side and kind of went the wrong way. 14-5, Collinsville remains up. Scott, another serve. Down the middle it goes. Taken care of there by Addie Munoz. Over to Avery Johnson. Cross-court kill. And Avery gets her first kill of the night. Puts her team up 15-5. Here is Olivia Skirtich, who will check into the game now. As will Zoe Hall. She'll be my final senior interview. I'm saving Talisha Gilmore and Carson Mode for basketball season. Or else if I didn't, I wouldn't have a chance to talk to the head coach, Katie Cease, anymore until probably the playoffs start. And over to the far side, put down the line. Taken care of there, nicely done by Zoe Hall. Partial block up front. East St. Louis keeps it alive, and then they'll get it over. Zoe Hall with a nice dig. Over onto the far side for Munoz, and Avery Johnson gets it across. Goes backwards off of the hands for East St. Louis, and the Flyers have to get it across. They do. Another nice dig by Zoe Hall. Back over to the far side, and Avery Johnson down the line for another kill. 16-5 in favor of Collinsville. Zoe Hall back for another serve. And Sydney McGee, the libero, checks back into the game for the Flyers. Hall ready with a serve. All right, to McGee. She'll pop it up into the air and then set up over on the far side sideline, and blocked by Avery Johnson. But East St. Louis keeps it alive. Munoz gets it up front. Hall to Johnson. Johnson off of a partial block. That's out of bounds, and that will be another point for Collinsville. And the Cahoks in control of this match thus far, 17-5. Zoe Hall getting some extended service time. We don't have another game for you until Friday night's football game at Althoff. Got a little bit of a break going on this week with the soccer team being across the river for 3 games in the Junior Billikens tournament at St. Louis University High School. Here is East St. Louis. Oh, nice block there by Carson Mode. And Collinsville up 18-5. Zoe Hall, one more time from the service line. Pops it into the back, and I'll tell you what, McGee just kind of hesitated there for a minute. I think she might have thought it was going to go out of bounds. And at the last second, she decided it wasn't and kind of hit it, but hit it oddly, and it just kind of went straight to her right and down by her bench. 19-5, and Zoe Hall, like Alyssa Huckleberry to start, enjoying some extended service time. Better hit this time by McGee. Set up behind for Dupart, and Collinsville takes care of it, sends it over into the corner, and then off the hands of Mosby, and straight backwards it goes, and Collinsville gets to that 20-point plateau quickly here in this first set. Well, that wasn't. Cullum went back to get the ball and just barely rolled it, and it ended up hitting right underneath the ladder, and Collinsville had to wait a little while trying to break some of that momentum. Zoe Hall with another serve. And into the back corner, McGee pops it straight up in the air. This time set up over on the near side, and unable to get there to do anything with it was Luster. She wouldn't have had a lot of room to work with over there trying to get to that ball before it landed, so not a lot she could do about that. Here is Zoe Hall, yet another serve. I think she's had just as much service time back there as Alyssa Huckleberry. McGee got that one. And then a little no-look hook shot tried by Jennings, but she hits the net, and Collinsville 3 points away from wrapping up a quick first set here. Amari Edwards, the junior, is going to check into this game. We were watching her during the JV game for a little while, and she's quite the player. Another serve coming up for Zoe Hall. Into the back. McGee gets first touch on it. Set up over on the far side, and Collinsville trying to keep it alive, but that one went under the net off of Edwards, so East St. Louis will get another serve here. I think Zoe Hall and Alyssa Huckleberry, have they been the only two that served for Collinsville? Hasn't been that many. Collinsville and Aubrey Johnson hit that one probably off the bone on her wrist, and it went straight sideways. 22-7 in favor of Collinsville. And another serve coming up here for Ford. Ford, a sophomore setter, sends it over. Munoz gets first touch. Zoe Hall sets it up behind. Avery Johnson in the back, and a swing and a miss back there by Cullum. And Collinsville 2 points away from wrapping up a quick first set victory. And now back to serve is Avery Johnson, the leader in serves this year with 176 of them. Down the middle it goes, and East St. Louis takes care of the first hit. Now on to their final hit. They'll send it into the back line. Avery once again steps in front of her sister, and then down it goes, and there is a kill for Amari Edwards. Collinsville playing for set point here. Avery Johnson would like to get it done here on this serve. And that one's too far. Get a little too excited, you know. 24-8. Player exchange as Alice Davis goes out, and Tajea Evans will check back in. And East St. Louis serving to stay alive here. Popped up into the middle. Aubrey Johnson gets the first hit. Set up for Skirtich, and that one's going to go straight back, and they're going to have enough to get it over. It looks like it. They do. And here is a touch by Edwards over to the far side now. Down the line it goes, and that one's out of bounds. Nice try over there by McMorris, but just a little bit too far to her left. 24-9. East St. Louis working on getting to double digits in points here before this one ends. popped up down the middle again. Aubrey Johnson gets the first hit and then set up into the middle and punched over by East St. Louis after that final hit. Set up over on the far side for McMorris, and she hit it into the net. 24-10. Another serve coming up here for Evans. So she's doing her job so far. That one's low. McMorris picks it up. And then Zoe Hall sets it up for Skirtich, and Skirtich gets the final kill here in this first set. And that's going to do it for set number 1. Collinsville wins 25-10. Set number 2, Collinsville going for the sweep. That comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, my name is Todd Duke. Glad that you are spending a little bit of your Tuesday evening with us. Very quick first set there. Collinsville wins it 25-10. Kahok's had a big lead, 10-0, 13-3, 22-7. East St. Louis rattled off 3 straight points to make it interesting, and then Collinsville rattles off the next 3 and wins that first set 25-10. And the Flyers will have first serve coming up here in this second set. And Jayla Horton is going to go back to, that is a 9, not a 4. Kimora Mosby is going to go back to take care of this first serve. And it is taken care of by Aubrey Johnson on the Collinsville side. Gilmore tries to find that empty spot in the middle of the floor. Didn't quite find it, but Collinsville keeps the ball alive after East St. Louis sends it back over. Into the corner it goes off of Gilmore. And then set up over on the far sideline, pushed over. Aubrey Johnson gets another hit. Huckleberry setting it up for McMorris, and that one is too far, and East St. Louis has a 1-0 lead. Their first lead here in this match thus far. And another serve coming up here for Mosby. Pop shot right down the middle. Aubrey Johnson gets the first hit. Huckleberry sets it up for Gilmore. Gilmore has it just shoved right back across on a nice job by Armani Luster. And East St. Louis up 2-0. Can they possibly get out to a 10-0 lead? Another serve coming up for Mosby. And this time it's Avery Johnson with the first touch. Over to Lily Johnson off of a partial block. McGee gets it first. Sets it up back for McGee. She'll get it over. Aubrey Johnson digs it out of there. Huckleberry sets it up. And Gilmore gets it over. Into the back it goes. Aubrey Johnson. Huckleberry to Avery Johnson. Blocked again up front by Luster. And then into the back it goes. Now over on the near sideline. And tough to get it across, in Collinsville finally gets on the board here in this second set, 2-1. Back to serve for the first time here in this second set is the freshman, Zakia McMorris. She does. Right down the middle. That had some movement on it. Over onto the far side and sent across. Huckleberry is the first to touch it. Aubrey Johnson sets it up for her younger sister Avery. Over into the far side, near side corner it goes. Now back to the far side sideline, into the middle. Aubrey Johnson, Huckleberry, and Gilmore was in the wrong spot. Huckleberry didn't set her up the right way, and the Flyers get that point and get the ball right back at 3-1. Eddie Munoz will check in for McMorris. And Zaria Cullum will go back to serve now for the Flyers. Down the middle, Aubrey Johnson touches it first. Lily Johnson gets it next, and Aubrey will send it back over. Taken care of by McGee. Set up into the middle for Luster. Luster shot dug up by Huckleberry, and then almost tripping on that retrieving the ball aspect of it was Aubrey Johnson. That caused her to miss-hit it, and then that caused Huckleberry to miss-hit it down the line and out of bounds. So 4-1 in favor of East St. Louis. Another serve coming up here for Cullum. Knuckleballer down the middle. Aubrey Johnson takes care of it. Huckleberry sets it up for Avery Johnson off of a partial block and taken care of there by East St. Louis. And Collinsville keeps it alive again. Here's Avery Johnson trying to get that point back. And then over onto the far side, East St. Louis, partial block up front by Gilmore along with Avery Johnson. And now Luster has to get it over. She does so. Aubrey Johnson takes care of that second hit. Lily Johnson down the line and out of bounds. So Collinsville just a little bit off target here with some of these shots, and the Kahawks are down 5-1. Olivia Skirtich will check back in. Taking the place of Lily Johnson. Meanwhile, Zaria Cullum is back there enjoying some extended service time. This one's down the middle, and a dig out of there by Aubrey Johnson, but it kind of stays low and goes straight sideways, and all of a sudden it's 6-1 in favor of the Flyers. So the Flyers didn't let that 25-10 loss bother them too much, as they are right back into this thing, leading by 5 here in set number 2. Cullum with another serve. And that one's a low one over the net, but this time dug out of there, and Olivia Skirtich gets it across. Cullum takes the first hit. Back into the back for Aubrey Johnson. Here is Huckleberry bringing it over for Addie Munoz. Munoz gets it across, and then a misdialed play there by East St. Louis goes into the net, and Collinsville finally gets another point here. And it's 6-2 in favor of East St. Louis. Aubrey Johnson back to serve. Down the middle it goes. McGee hits it first. Now a setup for Luster on the far side. She gets it over, and I think she was trying to get it with a little bit more authority than that, but she hit it wrong, and then it went off the side of her hand and just happened to find an empty spot, and the Flyers are up 7-2. Collinsville would like to take a timeout, so we'll step aside for just a moment as well. We're back here after this brief timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation.
plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Sidney McGee back to serve now for the Flyers. They are up by 5, 7-2. Still plenty of time to come back in this one. Here's Aubrey Johnson with the first hit. Huckleberry sends it over to the far side for Avery Johnson. That one stays high and in a weird spot, and Collinsville will get a point. Actually went over the net, but it went over the net out of bounds, so that point was awarded before that ball even hit the ground. As Kendra Ledbetter, our pregame guest, will come into the contest, as does Zoe Hall, and Zoe will come back to serve. Zoe Hall sends one barely over the net. That's an ace. Huckleberry had 2 aces during that 10-0 run in that first set. And now Zoe Hall has an ace. She'll pop one down the middle this time, taken care of by McGee. Luster will get the kill try, and Aubrey Johnson denies that with a nice dig. And then Avery Johnson trying to get the point, but East St. Louis stays with it. Into the back line it goes. Aubrey Johnson. Now Hall sets it up for Avery Johnson. Off of a partial block and out of bounds, and Collinsville climbing back into this thing. 7-4 in favor of East St. Louis. Another serve coming up here for Hall. It is constantly just freezing in this gymnasium. But I knew that. That's why I got some sleeves on. East St. Louis sets it up far side, but unable to get over there to it. Despite the running effort was Ford. And Collinsville has gotten back to within 1 after being down 6-2. With a chance to tie it here. Hall into the back corner. McGee gets the first hit on it. And then set up for Luster over here on this near side off of a partial block up front. And Hall sets it up for Avery Johnson. Blocked by East St. Louis. Collinsville trying to keep it alive. They will. And Carson Mode gets one that just sneaks over the net. All the way out back, and that's it. Collinsville ties it 7-7. All the way back from down 5-1 and 6-2. We are now knotted at 7. And Zoe Hall will continue a little bit of service time. She had some extended service time in that first set, too. Zoe send one down the middle. On the first hit, almost made it over the net. Now a little tip over, and Collinsville has to set it up. Aubrey Johnson, the younger sister, Avery, into the back. McGee gets the first hit, setting it up by Evans. And across the way it goes, and Collinsville stays alive. Here is Avery Johnson. Down it goes, and almost found the empty spot on the floor. And then Avery Johnson and Carson Mode up there for the block, but it went down on their side of the net. So the Flyers back out front 8-7. And now back to serve. It is Kamora Mosby, I think. 9s and 8s almost look the same. That one's going out of bounds, and we're tied once again. 8-8, and that was Ford who served that ball. And now Avery Johnson will get the serve. And that one is in. East St. Louis thought it was going too far. Collinsville has their first lead here in this second set. And Avery gets an ace. Do it again. Down it goes, and almost worked. And now Collinsville's going to get a point on a double hit. So the Cahoks go up 10-8. Those referees are all over that stuff. I didn't see a double hit, but apparently there was, because they blew the whistle while that ball was still in play. Avery Johnson again, and a line drive shot. Taken care of by East St. Louis. They'll send it over to the far side. Into the back it goes for Aubrey Johnson. And now Zoe Hall into the middle for Avery Johnson, and that's too far. She had enough height, just didn't get enough downward motion on that ball to keep it from going a little bit too far, and it's 10-9 now in favor of Collinsville. And back to serve is Janoya Scott, and Aubrey Johnson takes care of the first hit. Zoe Hall to Carson Mode off the front of the net, and down it goes. She wanted to get a little bit more authority on that than she did, but it still worked, and now Carson, for her troubles, will get to go back to serve for the first time tonight. 152 serves for Carson, 87.5%. She has 27 aces on the year. That's second behind Avery Johnson's 41, and that one almost worked as well. And down the line, and Zoe Hall got first digs on it, and then it's sent over by Talisha Gilmore. McGee pops it up. East St. Louis has to set it up or get it over, and they couldn't. So Collinsville goes up 12-9. And Carson Mode, another serve coming for her. Down the middle it goes. McGee picks it up. Set up over on the far side, and a partial block, but it ends up going out of bounds. And East St. Louis will get that point back on a shot by Kinley Dupard. And now McGee will go back to serve. Luster will check back in for the Flyers. Served by McGee. Collinsville up 12-10. Taken care of by McMorris. Here is a try by Avery Johnson. Just tickles over the net. And Davis had to be aware of that, and she was. Collinsville keeps it alive once again. Here is Hall over to McMorris. That was probably going to go out of bounds, but East St. Louis played it anyway. And now a out-of-bounds shot, just barely on the near side sideline, has made this a 12-11 game. Collinsville still up by 1. McGee ready to serve. She does. Into the back row for Avery Johnson, and Collinsville couldn't do anything with that one. That was up against the net, and just like that, we're tied 12-12. I think. Referee over by the scorer's table is talking to the scorers. And Coach Cease said something to Aubrey Johnson, and then Aubrey Johnson races over here to talk to the referee on the ladder. I am clueless. That means I have no clue. And now the referee over by the scorer's table is going to go down the line and talk things over with Melanie Davis, the East St. Louis head coach. And now the referees are going to get together and talk. I don't know if this is going to turn into a Collinsville point or not. I was ready to write down 12-12 on my sheet. Scoreboard still says 12-11 Collinsville. So Collinsville does get the point after an illegal rotation by East St. Louis. And now more talking going on over at the scorer's table. They have not put the point on the scoreboard yet. Still says 12-11. Alyssa Huckleberry ready to check back in, as is Lily Johnson. And there it is, 13-10. So Collinsville does keep the lead. I had a 12-11. They gave Collinsville a point and then took one off East St. Louis. And now East St. Louis And Coach Davis wants a word. So it's about to be 12-12. So what they need to do is they need to give Collinsville that 13th point, but they need to put a point back up there for East St. Louis. Which I believe, after all the discussions, I could have played like 5 commercials by now. And we are still trying to figure out what's going on. All they have to do is ask me. Should be 13-11. They added the right point for Collinsville, but for some reason they took one off of East St. Louis's side of the scoreboard. And now they're going to go check with the young lady keeping score over at the East St. Louis bench. See, it was 12-11, and then they decided to give that point to Collinsville, but they took one off the East St. Louis board.
Maybe he already put, I guess he already gave that point. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I didn't know the score before that happened.
Well, they're going to keep it at 13-10. Back to action we go. After a long delay, that one's out, and Collinsville will go up 14-10. So that was kind of a strange turn of events. And now the K-Hawks getting a little bit closer. Here is Huckleberry. Nice line drive low. And nothing that East St. Louis could do with that return shot. And Collinsville will go up 15-10. And boy, I tell you what, if we can get Huckleberry on another 10-0 run, we can call it a night. Huckleberry pops one this time, and that one comes over on the first try. Collinsville trying to set it up. Gilmore with a shot back in the back, and McGee is the first one to take care of that. East St. Louis sends it over on the second try. McGee again sets it up for Gilmore, and Gilmore gets the kill, despite the fact that East St. Louis kept on playing. I thought that ball hit the ground, and for some reason or another, East St. Louis kept on playing, and now Coach Davis and the referee on the far side are in a little bit of a heated discussion. And a yellow card has been issued to Coach Davis. I didn't know they did yellow cards in volleyball. So 16-10 now in favor of Collinsville. And East St. Louis back to work. I think they're a little flummoxed right now. Here's Huckleberry, sets it up over for McMorris. McMorris down on the ground, and Collinsville extends that lead to 17-10. I didn't even know they handed out cards in volleyball. I learned something new today. Horton checks back into the game. Huckleberry continues her run, and that's over with a shot into the net. 17-11, the K-Hawks are up. And here is Kimora Mosby. Mosby serves it up for the Flyers. Pop shot right down the middle. Aubrey Johnson gets the first hit. Huckleberry over for Lily Johnson. Across the way it goes, and McGee gets first touch on it. Over here, and then nice job on the dig by Aubrey Johnson. Comes back right over, and a nice job by Gilmore. Boy, oh boy, that is court awareness, and she put that one in the right spot at the right time. That's her third kill to go along with her 2 blocks. Collinsville up 18-11. McMorris serves. Dug out in the middle, over in front of Coach Davis, and then McGee has to send it over. She does. McMorris gets first touch. Into the middle, Gilmore off of a partial block. McGee pops it up, and then East St. Louis tries the old dunk shot, and Collinsville is going to get a point on the carry And the Kahawks now up 19-12. 19-11, excuse me. McMorris with another serve. And now a timeout going to be called here by Coach Davis and East St. Louis. We will take a quick timeout as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Well, I learned something new today. I was told it's just like soccer. You get 2 yellow cards and you're kicked out of the game. You get a red card, you're kicked out of the game. And here is McMorris with another serve. That one's a sinker right down the middle, and it's going to go over on the first try. And here is Gilmore with another opportunity, and that one saved by East St. Louis. Now McGee over onto the far side. East St. Louis gets it over. Aubrey Johnson sets it up for Avery Johnson. Off of the net. Way to keep that one alive. Those are always tough to deal with. And then East St. Louis sends it over. Aubrey Johnson again. Huckleberry, and right behind the back, Talisha Gilmore had to reach deep behind her back as that ball was set up a little strangely, and it wasn't far enough over on the far sideline for Avery Johnson to get it, so you got to credit Talisha Gilmore there. There's an ace by McMorris, and Collinsville up 21-11. 4 points away from wrapping up this 2-set sweep here, as Taja Liddell will check back into the game and take the place of Daria Ford. Meanwhile, McMorris with another serve into the back, and McGee pops it straight up. Set up over onto the far sideline, sent over. Taken care of by Huckleberry. Aubrey Johnson for Lily Johnson, and that one is down underneath the net. 22-11. Kahawks remain out front by 11. McMorris enjoying some service time. And another one for her, and taken care of there by East St. Louis. Set up into the middle. Luster gets it across. Huckleberry to Aubrey Johnson to McMorris. She'll send it across. Taken care of by Horton. Set up over here on this near side. Shoved down the line. Huckleberry is there first. Aubrey Johnson with the hit. Lily Johnson gets it over on the final try. That one goes backwards. And now East St. Louis has to get it over on this try. And they hit the scoreboard, and it stays on their side of the net. And Collinsville now up 23-11. Another serve by McMorris here. Oh, that one just trickles across the net, goes into the scorer's table, and Collinsville 1 point away from wrapping up this match in 2 sets. Let's see if McMorris can send us all home happy with an ace. How about that? You ask and you receive. 25-11 on an ace by McMorris. And boy, oh boy, that was kind of fun, although a little controversy brewed in the middle of that second set. But the Collinsville Kahawks win 25-11 in the second set and 25-10 in the first set for the 2-set sweep. That brings us into our post-game show, brought to you today by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road there in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Kahawks winning a sweep. We'll be back to talk about it as the postgame show comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisared lipolaser machine. The Invisared machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisared technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisared offers.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisared lipolaser machine. The Invisared machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisared technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisared offers.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Lady Kahawks winning a 2-set sweep of East St. Louis tonight, 25-10 and 25-11. And we are very welcomed into the post-game program to talk things over with sophomore Avery Johnson. How are you, dear?
Good. How are you?
I am fantastic. So tell me a little bit about this win here tonight. Well, let's start with the first set, man, 25-10. I mean, Alyssa Huckleberry back there behind the service line with 10 straight points. I don't think I've seen that very much in my days doing these volleyball matches. So tell me what that does for a team and watching her do what she does.
Well, to start off, we had a lot of energy coming into the game, which I think helped us just keep going with the points and just going for every ball. And starting off with 10 points just really helps us.
Yeah. That must brewed a lot of confidence in you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys, you got off to that 10-0 lead, and then it was 13-3, and then before you knew it, it was 22-7. So you guys kind of smelled victory early in that first set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So tell me about your night. I got you down. Now these are unofficial stats because sometimes I lose track. 2 kills, 2 blocks, and 1 ace. Which one of those do you like the best? You like the kills, the blocks, or the aces?
I would say the kills because it like makes you feel most powerful.
Yeah, and you are stationed over there on that far sideline all the time. Is that like your home over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside, yeah.
Yeah, outside
That's, like,
hitter.
where I'm always at.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. How do you like playing with Sis?
It's good.
I saw you step in front of her like 3 times and take a ball away that was heading right for her.
Yeah.
She gonna give you crap about that when you get home?
No, I mean we're sisters, so it's kind of on and off with us.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and I love playing with her.
Yeah. All right. So move on to the second set. East St. Louis jumped out front, 1-0, 2-0. They had a lead for a while there, 6-2. You guys come back and tie it up 7-7. So at that point, what are you thinking?
What I'm thinking is we need everyone to just put the ball down like right away, like get them out of the runs, and just like push for every ball and like have a lot of drive and like get every point that we can back.
How do you like playing with Talisha Gilmore? Because I had her down for 4 kills and a couple of blocks. She's a blocking machine sometimes, isn't she?
She is so good, yes. I love playing with her, and she's a goofball always.
Yeah, I've talked to her a couple of times. She has that goofball mentality. Yeah. All right, so then we had a little controversy in the middle there, and you were explaining to me about a improper rotation by East St. Louis, but then they didn't let the referees talk it over well enough, so they kind of deducted a point on them.
Yeah. So basically, like, the refs, like, the down ref wasn't ready at all, and then they just, like, went the serve over already. And so we got the point because we weren't ready for one, and they were out of rotation. So it just, like, canceled out.
And that seems like kind of a turning point in that game because it went from being 12-11 you guys to 13-10 you guys. And I don't really think that East St. Louis recovered after that because they only scored 1 more point in the rest of that match.
Yeah, I would agree. We really, like, flipped the switch after that. I think it gave us, like, a lot of, like, more motivation and, like, the drive that we needed. And, like, yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have a busy week. You were across the river last night. I asked Kendra Ledbetter this question when I was interviewing her for the pregame show. Do you guys like going over to St. Louis and playing the best of 5, or do you like it better over here playing the best of 3?
I would say best of 3. I feel like, honestly, I feel like half and half. I think going to 5, like, gives us opportunities to, like, really push through because sometimes we don't start off our best. But also, like, going to 3, I think it's just shorter and, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what Kendra said. I get to hang out with my friends faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you guys get Altoff tomorrow, and then you get Cahokia on Thursday. So quite the busy week for you all.
Yes, very busy. Then we have practice on Friday morning at 5:15.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about those. That seems like punishment. Avery Johnson, thank you very much for the visit. We appreciate it. All right, that is sophomore Avery Johnson. Her team wins here tonight in a 2-set sweep, 25-10 and 25-11. That's going to do it for us. A big thank you to Avery Johnson, and another thank you to Kendra Ledbetter for joining us in the pregame interview. And we are done for the rest of the week, except for Friday and football. We will be at Altoff High School to take on a undefeated Altoff Crusaders team that have one of the best running backs probably in the state of Illinois, and De'Ara Hill. And that should be a fun time Friday night from Altoff. Myself and Chris Kettler will bring you that one. We'll be on the air at 6:30 with pregame coverage, and kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. So until Friday, my name is Todd Duke. Everyone enjoy the rest of your week.